Hello everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are now in our session 4D, and I was kindly appointed as a chair for this session. So just wait for the presenters to join us. Yes, Ella, you are in this forum. Okay, this forum will have 4 presenters, including myself. First is Ibu Inika, which is with us now. And the second, Ibu Amarena Nediari. Is it here? Okay, good. Another one is Ibu Diah Resita. Ibu Diah, is it with us now? Not yet.
Yes.
Okay. We are given only 70 minutes and we have 4 presenters. So I think we have enough time. We will divide the time. So each speaker probably 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes with the Q&A. So I think the participants start joining us slowly. Okay, so since our first presenter is here, Bu Inika, I think without further ado, would like to call Ibu Inika Indra Dewi. First of all, you have to introduce yourself. Because I don't have any biography for each speakers. So kindly, probably 1 minute to 2 minutes, you can introduce yourself and your paper as well as your research agenda. Thank you very much. Please, Bu Inika.
Okay, good morning everybody. My name is Inaka Indra Dewi. I'm from Bina Nusantara University, and
your voice is not here.
Oh yeah, okay. Let me share first, yeah. Okay.
Pak Holil, probably you can make Bu Inika as co-host.
Yes, I think it's already. Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Inaka Indra Dewi. I'm from Bina Nusantara University, the lecturer at English department, and I graduated from Satyawatana University for my undergraduate, and then I continue my studies at my magister degree at Atmajaya, and I also studied at Atmajaya for the doctoral degree in English applied linguistics. Okay. I'm happy to be here. The topic of my paper is the language styles used in social e-commerce for clothing advertisement in Instagram posts. And this is the agenda. I continue. Yeah. According to some research, nowadays, there are 4.5 billion people using the internet, and 3.8 billion people are using social media, and each month, 1 billion Instagrammers are active. 66% mobile applications in the internet are used for shopping. And the most interesting thing here is that 80% Instagrammers use the application to buy products and services. And of course, during this pandemic, the number is likely to increase, and this becomes a part of people's lifestyle. Therefore, advertisement using Instagrams have a big chance to persuade people to buy products and services, as the Instagrams are not only by male, but also by female, with almost equal in numbers. In the Instagram, usually, besides showing the product, the advertisements are completed with some words expressed in such a way to persuade people to buy the product. This paper analyzes the advertisement for clothing from the language features point of view. The research explores the language style in the clothing brand advertisement in Indonesia through Instagram's post. The aims are, first, to find out the language features used in the content of the advertisement, and to investigate the influence of using language styles in the advertising by analyzing the comments. In the theory, language style covers lexical aspects, syntactical, and phonological aspects. And the theory used to analyze the influence of the language style is taken from Hobbes 2011, consisting of 3 questions. What purpose does the author present? What creative techniques are used to attract and hold the attention of the users? And how might different people understand the message? The data were taken from 5 clothing brands based on their official websites. The first is Damt, I Love Indonesia.
Testing.
Second, Salura. Third, Barry Benka. Fourth, Love Bonito. And the last one is Bobo. From each brand, 10 samples are selected randomly together with the comment. The Instagrams and readers' comment are categorized based on the language features, lexical, syntactic, and phonological, and the influence of the style is analyzed by using Hobbes' question. Now, this is the result. The overall result from the point of view of the language features shows that 20% of Instagrams are based on the lexical aspect, 40% syntactical aspects, and the other 40% are phonological aspects. Now, these are the examples of the language features. Want longer legs? From Love Bonito. This advertisement used hyperbole as the language, figurative language. The words longer legs have been exaggerated by the creator of the advertisement to make the readers feel more interested in purchasing the product by ensuring that their leg will look longer. And of course, it is not real. But that is the language that is used to attract. Want longer legs? Because some ladies like that. And the second one is simplicity. Simplicity. Simplicity means that the readers try to understand the idea of the content easily. And it creates the idea information about the brand. Yeah? So the readers would understand the idea easily about the brand. The example is just like this. If the shoes fits, buy it. Buy the product. This sentence presents the concept of simplicity, just simple, which is giving a simple understanding of the idea from the advertisement. No specific requirement, as everyone can enjoy the product as long as the product fits their style. It is expected that the readers do not have to think about anything else. Just think about only one thing. Just don't have to think about the money, about the price. Just if the product fits you, just buy it. A very strong persuasion. And this one is another example. Life is short. Buy these bags. Very simple. Now, the another one is anaphora. In the anaphora, the stress is on the repeated. Yeah, actually, anaphora is a rhetorical device involving interpretation of a word or group of words, but the stress on the repetition. In this one, the anaphora is used with the purpose to create more interesting and creativity style of language, such as the repetition of beats and beats. If we look at this one, if it is sounded, everybody will say, the advertisement will say, beats on beats, minimal and check, beats on beats, beats on beats. So it is repeated, beats, beats, beats. Okay, that is anaphora. And the second aspect, syntactical language, yeah, the use of tenses. It's very interesting. Look at the sentence. All things are possible with the right sunglasses and bag. All things are possible, not have been possible, not were possible, not will be possible, but are possible. Present tense. It shows the fact that everything is possible as long as the readers use the product. By using the present tense, the readers is expected to feel the realness of the situation. When? All the time. All the time. Yeah? So all the things are possible with the right sunglasses and bag. The right sunglasses, if you use the right sunglasses in the bag, yeah, you will think that everything is possible. It will give you more confidence and comfortable things. When? All the time. That is the use of present tense. And then the other one, imperative. Imperative actually is usually used from the supervisor to subordinator. But in this one, try this. Try this. Yeah. This imperative is delivering the message or a wish from the advertiser for the readers to do a certain action stated in the advertisement. What is that? Try the outfit or the product of the advertisement content. Very simple instruction, imperative. Try this. Why not you try? That is for syntactical. That is for phonological aspect. The language style that is used, seen from the phonological aspect, is about alliteration. Alliteration is figure of speech in which the consonant, only consonants, yeah, especially in the beginning of words, are repeated. Relax, repress, recharge, relax, repress, recharge. Yeah. So this alliteration shows that the alliteration is used to make the readers remember the slogan. Not only the slogan, if he remembers the slogan, he will remember the products. And then rhyme. Rhyme refers to the sounds of words. The usage of rhyme, again, for the advertisement, can be a useful method for people or readers to remember, yeah, to remember the brand of the product. So one thing about the advertisement is that to make the readers remember the product first. Not only read, but remember. Therefore, the language tries to support by using the language style. In this one, by using the language rhyme, if you look at the product from Love Bonito, easy, breezy, comfy, easy. And then the other one, and from Bobobo, be gleaming and beaming, ming, yeah.
With these phrases, only 1 minute and a half.
Okay, 1 minute and a half, yeah. Okay, right. Okay. Now the other one is the result of the comment. Yeah. First, yeah, the result of the comment by using this one. Yeah. Give the positive comments. okay, show the positive comments of the readers, but will he buy it? It's not clear. Second one, we use imperative, and then the comment is like it. Will she buy it? Maybe. And then this one, using the alliteration, repress, etc. Will they buy it? All of things are positive. There's a great possibility to buy. Okay, and this one, using description, but the comment does not refer to the dress, refer to the situation. Will they buy it? Not clear. And this one, the last one, this product is responded positive and negatively. Yeah. Will they buy it? The first comment, there's a great possibility. Yes. But the second one, the second group, shows complaint. Will they buy it? Definitely no, because of the experience. Now, the conclusion. Now, the language style used from lexical aspect in this one, hyperbole, simplicity, and anaphora, syntactical, present tense, imperative. And then the readers show their understanding by their comment. Yeah? Now, regardless the language style, the comments can be positive and show the indication to buy the product. And the others are neutral, positive, but do not show the indication of the product. And some others use the chances to complain. Now, the last conclusion, it seems that it still needs deeper research to see how far the language features influence the customers in giving positive or negative comments, or in showing the indicating to buy or not buy. Why? As the comment dealing with the language has not been found, and from one language style, the comment could be positive and negative depending on the product aspect. Yeah, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bu Inika, for your insightful presentation, especially on the language styles in social e-commerce for clothing advertisement in Instagram posts. Any questions?
Shall I stop share?
Probably if there is questions, then we can
yeah.
Question and answer first. Okay. Please, audience, if there is any questions for Bu Inika, you can post in our chat room. Or otherwise, we can continue first, Bu. We can come back again when the presenters presented their purpose.
Okay.
Okay, we now move to the second presenters on preparing post-COVID-19 pandemic office design as the new concept of sustainability designs by our sister Amarina Nediari. The time is for your presentations, Marina, please. The time is yours. Probably we can make Sister Amarina to be co-host, Pak Holil. Yep, you are co-host now. Okay, Bu Amarina will present her video because she submitted the video. Please go ahead.
various sources that related to this COVID-19 pandemic. This research was also was conducted through descriptive research, where collected data describe the phenomenon that is being studied around the world and how designers prepare to the new normal for office design. Based on the study, it is expected to determine the new working standard for office design and explain them to interior design students as the course material in interior design subject in designing for public space. The descriptive research where collected data describe the phenomenon that is being studied. This phenomenon of COVID-19 pandemic has affected in many aspects of human activities in everywhere around the globe. This research focuses on the office design and how it adapts to the new normal. It will discuss how COVID-19 outbreak will impact the new concept of office design and how sustainable design is still relevant to be applied. The outcome of this research is to give insight of how office design changes in responding to the importance of health and safety for the workers in workspace. Hopefully, this also will improve the working standard of office design that can be used for course material in interior design course for designing a public space. Based on the International Conference for Interior Designers back in 2008, it was stated that in designing office interior, there was a change in percentage of public and private areas. Historically, 70 to 80% of the space in an office is dedicated to individual space that called the I space, and only 20 to 30% is we space. Nowadays, the I space needs only 30 to 40% and we space needs 60 to 70%. The space does not necessarily to lead to transformation, but it needs to support transformation. The we space has been applied in open workspace design that support the collaboration working style. This picture are the illustration for how office design developed until today. As you can see this picture, the design of office is start in as a we space with a composition that's only in 1-2 line without specific design. And then in 1960 to 70, it becomes a cubicle office. And in 2000, there's also still a cubicle office design. But nowadays, there are open space for co-working collaboration working area for office design that have supported with lighting and greeneries. Other than that, there are still employees who lack the resource to successfully work from home, struggle to access the technology to complete their work, or live in areas with no cellular service. Company has responsibility in determining policy of back to the office, and people need to feel safe about it. Employee will return to works in wave, and essential employees will return to the office first. Alternate working hours that divide into shifts will be able to organize the number of people in the office at the same time. As you can see in these two pictures, a safe work setting called 6 feet office, where the distance between individual in workspace should be at least 2 meters or 6 feet. This can create a new configuration in the layout furniture at the workspace. People will not be sitting face-to-face, but back-to-back. The table arrangement will set on checkerboard or zigzag pattern. Office desk has shrunk from 1.8 to 1.6 to now 1.4 meter and can be less. There also might be panels in between to protect individual employees. The picture is seen at figure 1 and figure 2. The workstation arrangement in checkerboard pattern and the workstation arrangement in zigzag pattern for office design. These are These are illustration for workstation design from Fitra, an office design specialist from Switzerland. This one workstation design that has applied the post-COVID-19 safe design. Use high separation screen as partition between two workers. So there are several considerations in designing a COVID-19 safe office, including a wider corridor with one-way foot traffic and doorways, cleaning station, touchless control system, better air filtration, remote works, antimicrobial material with easy to clean surfaces, signage system, reducing the open space. As you can see from these two pictures, this is the same office that changed into proposed furniture layout for post-COVID-19 design. It has the same arrangement, more or less, but it is also reduced the occupancy of the employee in the workspace. You can see that the meeting room, it used to have 6 seats in one meeting room, and it reduced to 3 sitting in one meeting room. And the separation of each workers, and also the zigzag pattern that applied in the office design. The changes in design office from the picture above, increase spacing between workstation, reduce the number of chairs to reduce the occupancy rate, use high separation screen as table dividers on workstation, use dancing wall as mobile partition element, alternate the seating at workstation, increase the distance between desks and add 3D screens. Here are the conclusion of the paper. The changes that occur for post-COVID-19 safe office design aim to prioritize employees' health by increasing hygiene standard in workspace. Considerations are being made to provide the harmony between the employee and its environment to improve the quality of work environment. The effort to reduce negative impact on the environment have been carried out to create sustainability design and office design. Therefore, it can be explained that sustainability design concept is still relevant to be applied to the post-COVID-19 office design. The physical distancing will apply in office area, and more attention to health and hygiene factors will be mandatory to support the health and safety of the workers in the companies. This topic of post-pandemic COVID-19 office interior design will be continued to develop in terms of material and finishing innovation and layout furniture, as well as to solve the problem and prevent the spread of virus in the workspace. Okay, thank you. That is our presentation today. Thank you for your attention.
Yes, Pak Lily, is my video not working?
It is working, but the slide is not moving.
Oh.
Probably you can just, if you have your slides, it's just a few minutes, show us from the beginning until the end. Okay. Because some pictures need to be shown.
Okay. Let me share again, yeah.
Okay, good afternoon.
This is my slide. Sorry, I don't have the PPT.
Some of the research is to give insight of how.
This is the methods. It is a descriptive research. This is the illustration. How the interior of office design has developed from time to time.
has shrunk from 1.8 to 1.6 or 1.4.
And these are some illustration for arrangement workstation for post COVID-19 safe office design.
Yes.
And these are the example of the layout for the same layout. There has been some changing in the proposed furniture layout for safe post-COVID-19. There's reducing the occupancy of the employee and the change of arrangement and workstation. Okay, so before the conclusion, we also have sorry. Yeah, this is my conclusion. The changes that occur for post-COVID-19 safe office design aims to prioritize employees' health by increasing hygiene standards in workspace. And consideration are being made to provide the harmony between the employees and its environment to improve the quality of work environment. The effort to reduce negative impacts on the environment have been carried out to create sustainability in office design. Therefore, it can be explained that sustainability design concept is still relevant to be applied to the post-COVID-19 office design. The physical distancing will apply in office area, and more attention to health and hygiene factors will be mandatory to support the health and safety of the workers in the companies. And this topic of post-pandemic COVID-19 office interior design will be continued to develop in terms of material and finishing innovation and layout furniture as well as to solve the problems and prevent the spread of virus in the workspace.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, if there is any question, we'll postpone it at the end of presentation. So hopefully we can continue now with the third presenters, which is, thank you very much, Bu Amerina.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, next we'll move to Ibu Diah Resita on the using mascot of the cleanliness as an educational medium during the COVID-19. For Ibu Diah, please.
Hello, good day. Let me introduce myself. My name is Diah Resita Kuncorojakti, and now I would like to share my presentation. So enjoy it. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to the Committee ICOBAR International Conference on Biospheric Harmony Advanced Research 2020 that accept our research with title Using the Mascot of Cleanliness as an Educational Medium during the COVID-19. Let me introduce our team. First, Bapak Arif P. Susilo Ahmad. Second, Bapak Untung Ada Saryanto. Third, Ibu Yusaira Faria. And myself, Diah Resita Kuncorojakti. Towards the end of 2019, the world was shocked by the emergence of a new virus, the new type of coronavirus or SARS-CoV-2, and the disease called Disease 2019 or shortly COVID-19. According to our government, the last data of COVID-19 on June 20, 2020 increased and reached the number until 45,029 patients in Indonesia, and making Indonesia the country with the highest COVID-19 patients in Southeast Asia. We're observing people's behavior that is difficult to follow government protocols to stay at home during the COVID-19 outbreak. It is probably, since young age, the children have only a small knowledge about cleanliness and healthy and not becoming way of life. Visual communication design saw an opportunity to introduce mascot as a medium to convey information about this pandemic to the public. Now, we see this as a case study. First, we saw the problems as a challenge. How to introduce knowledge about health and cleanliness since young age. So we're gathering data from Japan and Taiwan and try to find out how the government educate community about health and cleanliness, especially during COVID-19. And then we tried the method. We use the qualitative research method that can touch upon the issue of humanity, social sciences, and physical sciences. Hopefully, we can give a solution about a good alternative for visual communication design to share knowledge about clean and health through the mascot design. Now, here comes the challenge. The central government is trying to educate the public about this pandemic by announcing some simple protocol, such as instruction to wash hands diligently, use masks when doing activities outside, and only go out for essential activities as people are recommended to more stay at home. Communities are required to continue school activities, work and pray at home. Activities outside are also restricted by keeping a distance of 1 meter between individuals and avoiding large crowds with the social and physical distancing. But the society seems ignorant with these basic health protocols. So, according to the theory, early learning about a healthy lifestyle begins at the family level. The role of the family is very important in determining children's intellectual development and personality, good health, and social adaptation. But the fact is, preparing children to be independent is a recurring habit, so the children will eventually get used to it and make it as their character. Therefore, if we want our children to understand, a clean and healthy lifestyle as an adult can be a good example for them. Now, by understanding those conditions, the visual communication design can play a role in bridging communication problems through various media. The mascot in visual communication design has a deeper and wider purpose than just a symbolic figure. Mascot is an identity, stand as the identity of agency, event, city, and even country. In its own identity, the mascot is usually known as the byproduct of visual communication thinking, known as a character. So, as the product of design thinking, this is what Japan and Taiwan do. While other countries are busy thinking about vaccines, closing borders, and lockdowns of city, Japan, through the Ministry of Health, Employment, and Welfare, created a mascot. Quaran is the official mascot name to inform about the quarantine policy in Japan. Quaran is placed everywhere, especially in important locations such as airports, prefectures, or banks. In Japan, mascot has been a culture that is commonly used in various products, advertisement, and others. Meanwhile, in Taiwan, also uses the mascot as a medium to convey information about the COVID-19 outbreaks to its citizens, as well as to migrants who have just entered the country of Taiwan. The mascot looks friendly and funny and is expected to ease public anxiety and educate the public to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Taiwan Ministry of Health launched a mascot in the form of a spokesman cartoon named Zongchai. So in here, we see the effectiveness of the mascot as an identity that carries a positive message can be seen in Quarren and Zongchai. Their job is to inform about the quarantine policy in Japan or about COVID situation in Taiwan. The government locate their mascot at important locations. So with the social learning theory need practice in everyday life in how to teach about health and cleanliness to children, that is why Japan used the Quarren's mascot to help people as a reminder and always stand by in the street or in a public area. The mascot can help not only children but also adults to understand more about the COVID-19. Since the Quarren's appearance looks humble and happy, both children and adults do not hesitate to gather many important information about the pandemic, and the process of education is much more easier to understand through the mascot. So now we know what is the name of the style of the Quarren and Zongchai? Well, the name of the Quarren and Zongchai's visual style is chibi style, which is a very famous comic style in Japan. We've seen a very effective character design concept as a mascot. Now we learn about the SWOT analysis. Yes, mascot is strength. Because why? It's cute, humble, easy to reach, but still there is a weakness. It's really hard to take seriously, but still opportunity. It's easy to recognize because it's unique. Still there is a threat that probably some communities still continue to ignore. So, visual communication design can be delivered as the art of delivering message or arts of communication using visual language delivered through various media. One of the goals of delivering information is to be able to influence the audience to change their behavior in accordance with the desired goals. So it's a very important factor that in the delivery of the message is the nature of persuasion, making the role of the psychology of perception here becomes even more important. But according to our observation, in Indonesia, the use of mascot has not become a visual communication solution as a medium to convey information that important. It is only limited to physical appearance and lack further exploration. Don't worry, the history tells different. There is a sexist mascot in the era of 90s, the mascot of PIN, Pekan Imunisasi Nasional, one of the health department program that gave polio immunization for all children in Indonesia. The visual of the boy holding the balloon and the face of happy child and the education through almost 6 months before the program held brought many success stories. Almost all parents go to the hospital and clinic all over Indonesia, bring their child to have immunization. So we still believe the power of the mascot can help the pursue positive identity for the COVID-19 program. Here our favorite part, design thinking and the process. The style of visual Quarren, Zongchai, also the boy in the PIN program, is a chibi style and a combination with manga style illustration. So, according to Abe, the essence of the chibi style is to change the proportion of the body of an adult in the form of children by adding elements of parody to get a cute and more attractive impression. In its realization, the mascot design is made using the chibi style approach and the manga matrix method developed by Hiroyoshi Tsukamoto. It is a method of creating characters in animation and comics by using a combination of multi-characters to create a new, different, and unique character. So, Tsukamoto divided 3 manga matrix methods, namely matrix forms that include the structure of shapes and anatomy, costume matrix covering plain clothing, accessories, equipment, makeup, shoes, and personality matrix, including strength, weakness, unique, special hobby, habits, the environment, work and profession, and special attributes. The design phase begins with understanding the creative concept as a creative blueprint to reach its main goal, introducing Say Happy. Why Say Happy? Because happy comes from the name Sehat Rapi Bersih, means fit, neat, and clean. And the outcomes with the short names is happy, and in Bahasa means bahagia, happy. So the stage begins by making alternative sketches as suggested by Ken Sato, and also another consideration according to Abe, and the matrix is like first, like the shape, the happy head is adapted from the hand because it's a symbol of positive things. And start to think about the proportional shape of the chibi to still keep looking comfortable. And the attribute, we can see hyperactive, about the behavior itself, optimistic, cheerful, active, and funny. And meanwhile, because it's looks like a children, they can play a role play, becoming like a superhero or paramedics, doctors, So a detailed description of the method will leave in up Say Happy mascot to be clearer and stronger, which can help the visual design process. Now, this is the design result. Hi, I'm happy. Through a planned design and a well-targeted strategy, moral message or positive information intended to persuade the public to pay attention to the government's protocols can be presented more properly and effectively. So in here, visual communication design has a great opportunity to use as a solution in dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic problem. So we all agree that human health is very important. One of the visual communication design program is creating a mascot character. Hence, it must be seen contextually to be effective. Can be educational medium and convey important message from the government, like Ministry of Health of Republic Indonesia, to the public through print or electronic media and social media. So, a good mascot should be able to be displayed creative, artistic, flexible, and active through the chibi visual style in accordance with the context of its needs. And most importantly, the mascot should close to the soul of a child and also be useful for the Indonesian government to educate the public about health during the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's our last slide, and here is the reference. Once again, thank you very much for the EcoBird 2020 committee, and for all the audience, thank you very much for the watching. Hope the presentation is interesting topic, and good day for all of you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Budia and teams. Indeed, it is interesting presentations. Now I think we move to another one. Don't forget that after presentations, we will have question and answer. I think I have 2 questions here for all previous presenters. So therefore, to those who are presented, please do not leave the room. We will have question and answer later on. Next presenter is myself. And I will also present the video because I have basically presented in a video. So therefore, just watch my video. The topic was the response of the ASEAN member state to the spread of COVID-19 in Southeast Asia. Let me share the screen. Wait for a while, sorry. I'm taking this. Do you see? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for inviting me and accepting my paper to be presented in this international Conference, ECOBAR 2020. Indeed, my paper was entitled Response of ASEAN Member States to the Spread of COVID-19 in Southeast Asia. I, with my co-author, Tia Mariatul Kiptiah from the International Relations Department of Faculty of Humanities, Venus University. First of all, this is my content. I will discuss about what is the response of the ASEAN state to the spread of the COVID-19. And as we know that the world was shocked by the spread of COVID-19 in the end of last year, 2019. And then WHO, World Health Organization, has said that COVID-19 has been considered as a global pandemic because in very short period of time, this virus was earlier on known as novel coronavirus, was found in Wuhan, China, and later on spread to all over the world, more than 200 countries. As neighboring countries to China, ASEAN member states were also affected without exceptions. So therefore, this paper I would like to talk about how ASEAN and all ASEAN member states respond to the spread of COVID-19 in Southeast Asia. I brought here the cases being affected in Southeast Asia as of 1st April 2020. That time Malaysia was number 1, followed by Philippines with the highest numbers. Of course, Malaysia 2,908, Philippines 2,311, and then followed by Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, and the rest, Vietnam. But then look at now, in just 15 days after we follow up the disease, or the virus, and then what you call the pandemic, Philippines now is becoming the first as of 15 April 2020, and then followed by Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and others. So it shows what dynamic of outbreak of this pandemic due to the management as well as response of the government, the ASEAN member state. So therefore, in this discussion, we would like to talk what are basically the responses of ASEAN member state to the spread of COVID-19 in Southeast Asia. The method and the data collections, definitely the paper was very much qualitative in nature. We use primary as well as secondary resources, where primary we are using the government report as well as the agency's report, fresh from any media as well as government documents. And the secondary report, of course, we are using the newspaper as well as the articles, books that has been written and reported on COVID-19 in Southeast Asia. So data gathered with national report from ASEAN member state as secondary sources will be analyzed and interpreted in such a way that will enable we as an author to identify the response of ASEAN member state in mitigating the spread of COVID-19 pandemic in Southeast Asia. As a result, we can identify the response in Southeast Asia in 2 levels. First is regional, where ASEAN is institutional, responded into this outbreak of the pandemic. The second is national response. Indeed, ASEAN as regional organizations actively responded to this through several meetings, especially ASEAN foreign ministers conducted several meetings to mitigate the pandemic. One of the most remarkable meetings is the meeting was conducted online and attended by ASEAN health experts, officials of ASEAN member countries, as well as China, because China was considered the most experienced country in tackling or mitigating this virus, since the pandemic also is from Wuhan, China. The ASEAN ministerial meeting also was focused on the fact of economic as well as ASEAN financial status and conditions. So therefore, if you look at it, first, ASEAN as international regional organization mitigate the spread of the COVID-19. And then the second, they look at the economic impact and how ASEAN countries, for example, tackle and deal with it so that will not severely affected. Definitely it is affected, but then how to minimize the effect of this COVID-19 in Southeast Asian countries. However, if you look at, as a nature of ASEAN, initiative has been achieved in regional level, but then the implementations, it is being given to the national state leaders. Therefore, we have to look at it, what is the commitment and the response of the ASEAN member state to the COVID-19 spread. If you look at, for example, at national level, as in the 1st April 2020, for example, Malaysia and Philippines is the highest cases. They implemented the so-called national lockdown policies. Means when we call it national lockdown policies, all states within the country has been enforced by lockdown. All the offices, all the business, and all public activities has been closed down. The people are being asked to stay at home, work from home, and learn from home, study from home. Everything has been locked down. Nobody is allowed to do anything outside in public space. So that was considered as lockdown. What is the implication of lockdown? Lockdown's implication is that the government should bear the consequences as well as the expenses for the people's expenses, people's daily need. And therefore in Malaysia, for example, the government has provided food and all the basic need to the citizens as well as people in Malaysia. While Singapore and Thailand, they implemented local city lockdown. It's not the whole country is being locked down, but it's just only certain area being locked down due to the cases being spreading there. So probably in one area has been locked down, but another area is not. So therefore it's called local city lockdown. The consequences, when the government enforce the lockdown policy, the government should be responsible for the people's need, for people's basic assumptions. So therefore, in the case of Singapore as well as Thailand, for example, which are being affected by lockdown, no office open, no banks open, all the economic activities being shut down. So therefore, the government should provide the welfare, the basic need of the people. While interestingly, Indonesia, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Myanmar, and Brunei, they have special approaches to this kind of COVID-19 outbreaks. Indonesia, for example, Cambodia, Laos, they have rapid tests. They have social distancing with different rules and approaches, of course. But if you analyze in Indonesia, for example, we found out that this has been very much localized even in social distancing. Well, the call in Indonesian term is PSBB. What is PSBB? PSBB is pembatasan sosial berskala besar. Okay, so it means area are still open, though people are being permitted in the house, work from house, but they are to some extent being allowed to do outside with the social distancing. Public transportation has been open, but with a certain limit of hours, for example. It's not for 12 hours or 24 hours, but it's just minimum. And everywhere in bank, for example, has been reduced, and the people also being very much controlled in the social distancing attitude. And what is the impact of these policies? We look at, for example, in the case of Malaysia. Malaysia is considered successful in combating this outbreak of pandemic-19. Why? Because in early April, Malaysia was the highest. But then, in the following weeks, Even in 2 weeks after that, Malaysia is now becoming the second, and now is the most effective one. It's considered the best governance of dealing with COVID-19. And of course, right now, if you look at it, the highest is in Singapore. You know, Singapore is developed, in terms of infrastructure is more developed, but then now the cases as of June 15, Singapore reached of 40,604 cases, while Malaysia, they reduce into, not reducing in terms of number, but reducing in terms of spread out COVID-19. It's supposed to be high, but now it's slowly sliding down to 8,494. Indonesia, the most interesting, the second highest after Singapore. From very much moderate in March, for example, it's only 1,414. Now it's becoming almost, as June 15, 39,294. And the most remarkable as well is Vietnam. So it is very much sliding down, and now it's considered as zero case, except it's only external influence from China, and another one is from Malaysia, if not mistaken. So they found out as June 15, they have 2 cases. Brunei, Laos, Cambodia was very mild, and Myanmar also is very mild. So there is no what they call remarkable cases. But here again, we have to be critical, as there are no additional cases these days, or it is not being reported. So therefore, as conclusions, the one who implemented national lockdown in Southeast Asia was very much effective in slowing down the spread of COVID-19. It's not zeroing down into zero case, but it's just reducing the speed of the spread of COVID-19. As a conclusion, I think we have to acknowledge that ASEAN at regional level focus on collaboration in mitigating the outbreak of COVID-19 and concerned with its effect on economic crisis. And we indeed felt in our daily lives that the economic impact of this COVID-19 is more severe than the 20 years back crisis in 1998, 1999. At national level, however, they have different approaches and therefore they have a different result. Those who implemented national lockdown is considered successful. Look at the case of Malaysia, for example. Local city lockdown is not necessarily, because those who are considered as a green zone has been moved into the red zone, and red zone gradually come into this yellow zone and others. But the spread of this COVID-19 is not able to be stopped. Even the rapid test and social distancing being implemented in several countries in South Asia, including Indonesia, but Indonesia is not considered successful in stopping the spread of COVID-19. As a result, if the government is there enough to implement national lockdown, the implications of the economic, of course, is taken responsibility by the government, but they can stop effectively in terms of the outbreaks of COVID-19 in this country. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you very much then. This is my last presentation. And now I think we have 2 questions as what I have seen in the screen. First is to Bu Inneke. There is a question from Bu Mita, say that which language is the most effective way for IG, for Instagram, in selling product? Probably can have 1 minute.
Thank you, Bu Mita. Well, basically, each language style, lexical, syntactical, and phonological aspects will arouse positive and negative responses. So in general, actually, it would be better that we use various styles. But in this research, the outstanding positive responses showing the willingness to buy is when the advertiser uses alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of the first consonant. Relax, refresh, recharge. If you look at the comment, all the comments are positive and all the comments are willing to buy. And the second thing is imperative and simplicity. Short imperative, clear and common language. Maybe because people nowadays, prefer to having simple things rather than complicated things. And then the language style that obtain the most unclear responses. Most unclear means not related, negative, not related, not focused, is the use of long explanation. Again, maybe people nowadays do not have time to read long explanation. They don't like reading long things, they like simple things, interesting things. Now, above all, the bad experience of the customers will prevent them from liking the products, moreover, buying the product. Because in the last example, half of the comments shows the positive and eager to buy, but the other half shows that they don't like the service. They have had that experience. I think that is the answer, Mita.
Now moves, don't forget, after this session, we'll have screen photos together. Oh, yeah. So don't leave the room. Now it's the second question to Bu Diah and the teams, okay, from Pak Agung. Say that, does it work, what has been presented in Indonesia basically? What is basically the coordination needed to act or to actualize this beautiful concept? Please, Bu Diah and the teams.
Yes, Pak Untung will answer this question.
Okay, please go ahead, Pak Untung. Yeah, we don't have enough time basically.
Please, Pak Untung, it's your turn.
Okay, I will answer it. I will answer it quickly. Okay, in Indonesia, it is not yet popular. So from that, this research is included in the framework of building a visual culture, especially in Bascom, as a visual communication tool. So it has been proven in Japan and Korea. So I think it is going to be a real project. Hopefully that's answering the question.
Okay, thank you, Pak Untung. It's very short and brief, precise. Hopefully we can conduct. I think last we can have a screen picture. Please, Pak Holil, help me on this. Everyone ready?
Okay, ready.
1, 2,
1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Unofficial one, another one. You don't need. Okay, I think this is the first parallel sessions for today, and we'll continue another sessions. Thank you very much for presenters as well as the participants who ask questions in this forum. Hopefully we can have.
Thank you, everybody.
Opportunity. Yes.
Thank you
very much.
Congratulations, everyone.
Good
luck for you. Be healthy, be happy.
Terima kasih Pak Lili.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.